Okay, here we are, ready to do a Redeemer review now. Got my flight suit on, and we are ready. As you can see, it's quite an impressive ship, just from stature. Very impressive. But the interior supposedly was redesigned according to what the guide has told us. Oh, ramp is opening. Okay. Normally you get like a little chime or something that confirms a button press. But yeah, we got padded ramp. And we're inside. Okay. Bunk for 4. So, gotta ascend this ladder here. And, yep, those same 4 people can go ahead and... Oh, yeah. There's a lot to see on this ship, so we need to get it into orbit before we can properly assess everything that's on it. Don't want them trying to impound the ship. So, first things first. Link, friends, spaceport.
You are clear to launch.
Alright. And then ready up.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
You know, I expected a ship like this to just make crazy amounts of noise when it's starting up, but it's actually pretty silent. It's probably a good thing. To me, it resembles a turkey. Like, it kind of looks like a turkey. Alright. Looks like we're ready to lift off. And classic Blizzard as usual. Landing gear up. Alright, and we're away. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that design. So, like, remember what I said earlier about, like, how Aegis ships, for the most part, looks like ships that could exist today? This definitely looks like a, you know, 30th century ship. Definitely looks like something that should not exist. But given what we know, given what we seen so far, this ship isn't going to break any speed records. It's not going to be a maneuver darling. But for its size, you know, it can at least pitch pretty well. Yawing, not so much. You can really feel it just moving its massive bulk around when you try to get it to roll. You know, like one of the simplest tests I do, and you know this if you watch my other videos, is I love doing barrel rolls, because the barrel roll will just show you right away how much mass you're working with. Because sometimes you don't really see or feel the effects in straight line speed, because if there's one thing that ships have to do well is straight line speed. They have to do that. So, you know, rolling isn't really something that a ship needs to do, and that's why I do it. And I'm getting a notification for an elevator that's like 78 million kilometers away from me. That makes no sense at all. Mineable ores right here in Microtech. You know, this game does not make sense more often than it does make sense, but you know, it's a great game, phenomenal game. just so far from complete, you know. But yeah, we got cruise control on, so we'll go ahead and bring our speed down here. And I'm gonna try to do a little ship walk. The cruise control should stay in effect. This is incredibly risky because everything that I do have I could lose. But let's go ahead, hop in these turrets. Alright, so as you can see, we are moving along, so we know it's working well. And as you can see, the turret's canted in such a way that you can't shoot the ship, which is good. And we got the limiter active. We're kind of like stabilizing some of that shake, but gives you a great view of just the surrounding space. So, you know, you come under attack by hostile aircraft, even ground forces, because look at just the radius of this turret. Like, you can pretty much reach out and touch anyone. Really impressive. Really impressive. And then enter this turret over here. So yeah, this is a great multi-crew craft so
Aegis
far.
combat assist activated. Systems green.
Power off, exit, insert remote turret. Alright, so this one is our rear turret here. And again, we have the great view. We can see all of the surrounding area very well, but I don't really have much ability to engage craft that are above me, only below. So this turret would be especially effective for doing that. Yeah, I think I'm still in the armistice zone, so I can't just like fire away. But this is a pretty nice altitude, and I am taking my time in these turrets because just how beautiful Architect is now that CIG's added the clouds, and they're gonna improve them. I said this in one of my previous videos, but you know, it's gonna get better. If you think that's cool, you know, just wait and see. Alright, so as we walk through the ship, it looks like yeah, that looks pretty cool. I don't actually know what that does though. This hatch says turret access. I wonder. If that's going to give us access. Oh, yeah, there it is. So I can enter the lower turret. And it just comes up through the floor. And there we are. Boom. So, left turret up there. Need to power this thing on. Fire mode, gyro mode, and power on.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems.
Alright, so this one has a lot more, you know, security, and that's because you're in it. It's not like the other two turrets where you control it from inside the cockpit. So, and this bad boy actually fires ballistics. That's really impressive. So you have 2,600 rounds that you're working with, and you pretty much can just fire away. I imagine that you would burn through ammo pretty quickly, so if you were in this turret, Your #1 goal is going to be hostile aircraft for sure. Because ballistics have, you know, just the fastest velocity. Alright, so now here looks like we have another elevator, an access elevator. And then here are supplies. And here is a seat. So let's see, if we go back to the front of the cockpit, we have the pilot seat plus the turret operators. We have 4 seats here. So if you were to fill that up, that's 7. Weapon rack looks like right here. Yeah, that's a gun rack. That's pretty cool. So this is where you can put your commandos. There's a fire team there. And then this is going to give us access to quantum drive itself. Waytech. It's pretty cool. And I don't know what any of this instrumentation means, but I'm sure an engineer would be able to tell us and explain it. Alright. And this is just more ship tech. That's all pretty good. And maybe eventually players will be able to spec into engineering and just have access to the bay, maybe be able to tune them and improve performance of the ship in real time. But yeah, that's really impressive. That's really impressive. So this is all like this is like the maintenance hall, okay? And this is scanner radar access. Okay. So yeah, that's all ship tech. These are more supplies. Seats for personnel. Yeah, that's really impressive. Let's check our fuel. Because when you do like a casual ascent like this, it burns a lot of fuel. Okay, yeah, we're actually still in Atmo, believe it or not. We're still pretty good on fuel. So we'll do that ascent angle. Let's go for a full burn. Try to get the max top speed here. Okay, so about 925 meters per second. For a ship this size, that's not surprising. It's quick for a ship this size. It's a pretty big ship. But you know, this has definitely got Special Forces application all over it. You know, just because of that, just because of 4 seats in the back, the weapon rack, and the massive turrets. Like, you could probably send a squad of 2 or 3 of these and just, you know, get stuff done doing that. Alright, and we are now in orbit. We'll go ahead, accelerate. And because of its size, we don't really have to worry about G-forces as much. Just bringing it all the way down to 0. And we are adrift. Okay. So, you also have some nice little armaments here in front. Now, we have a combination of ballistic and energy weapons. So those cannons, I imagine, would do some pretty nifty damage to, you know, any target. In atmo, out atmo. I imagine those could generate some pretty good DPS. And from what I can see, doesn't look like we have access to any rocket pods. Let's just take a look here on the outside. Whoa! No, that looks like rocket pod right here. Like at the top. Those look like rocket pods. But usually they're exposed, like you can actually see the missiles in the bay. But some of them unrack, like the Constellation. But alright, let's go ahead and do our spacewalk. We should be far enough away from the planet to incur any penalties. Alright, I'm gonna take the elevator down. Alright, so downstairs it looks like we got our little kitchenette, little baby kitchen. And we can open and close that hatch even though it does it by itself. You have your beds here, so you can save your game here if you want. And they have like the little switches here that you can use for privacy. And this looks like the bathroom. Yeah. Got your 2-in-1 shower and toilet. Every ship has to have one of these. And yeah. And not drinking water. Yeah, exactly. They have to recycle everything on the ship, so yeah, shouldn't drink that. Shouldn't drink that stuff. Okay, got a little closet here. Does it pop out? Yep, it does. So get your drip on, your armor, things like that. Storage. Oh, cool. So it that opens up our inventory, so I could just start dropping things into that Redeemer's inventory, and it'll be there even if something happens to me. If I can get to my ship, I can get all my stuff back. So that's a nice feature. CIG had been promising that for some time, but we finally have it with this update. This little bay, I don't know if this is decontamination. Oh no, it's just cargo, so you just stick. It's a storage bay, I guess. But yeah, more closets, 4 beds. So it really is a 4-crew ship. Like, you can't run the ship with fewer than 4 people. Well, you probably could, but not well. But you could definitely fit more than 4 people in it. You know, you're trying to do like a rescue mission or something like that. Alright. And now we're opening up the bay. Fingers crossed. Please don't be buggy. Just take it slow. And it was buggy. Oh my god. This is incredible. This is incredible. Oh wait, no. I think they brought me back. Yeah, I think they brought me back. It's like my vitals are fine. You're bleeding. Oxygen sign. Yeah, no. Well, like I said, the medical feature was rolled out too soon. Like, as buggy as this game is, like, why would they do that? I don't think anyone was asking for it. It's just something they did. And I, for one, kind of like the speed. You know, like, you can just die and then respawn back at base and get to where you need to go. The clouds are definitely the best part, but everything else, not so much. And I don't even have drugs. So yeah, I pull up my inventory. I didn't equip like any pens or anything like that. But anyway, you know, let's just take the time to just admire the ship. If I die, I die. So these look like rocket pods, but they are definitely not rocket pods. So it could be... Well, we fired all the guns on the ship, so they're definitely not ship guns. These might be. And that's a big might, no guarantee. And these are the cannons that we're talking about here. That are large enough to just punch a hole into anything. Alright, and let me check my vitals. Looks good. Get a better look at these thrusters, which I think looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's a really impressive ship. Just there's so much. There's so many things, like there's so many just weird, janky things that CIG has yet to fix that I don't see combat as viable. Like there's players who do combat, but it's really not viable. It's really not. And so the way I see it is you should just deliver boxes or something like that. But alright, that's a spacewalk. And the spacewalks never go well. They never go well. Like just exiting in 0G for smaller craft works fine because the game has the animation that does it so you don't clip on anything. But when you're just walking out of the back like that, as you saw, like it's just, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead, hop in the pilot seat. One more thing I want to do before we wrap this up is I kind of want to see what the ship looks like in ambient mode, so we just cut off all the power. Of course, if I, you know, get griefed right now, it's going to be a wrap. I have no shields. But yeah, just you have some of that natural lighting here, very low intensity, and you know, it makes sense from a logical perspective that your ship would need to be able to hide. You know, if you're doing like a stealth operation or something like that, or if you're being pursued and you need to hide. So this is the gravity generator. I don't know if that door will open because we can't really modify it. Yeah, it says locked. So life support and gravity generation is locked. And yeah, let's go back here through this door. So yeah, like everything just has this really cool blue light. That's like the thrusters that are outside the ship. So I think that's a really nice touch. You know, Aegis choosing to redesign the interior and you know, keep things coordinated is pretty cool. And so we've got another turret access point actually. So we actually didn't test this this turret yet. But this ship is just chock full of turrets. I mean, there's a turret on every level. There's 2 in the front, there's 2 in the middle. Let's see if I can get power from the ship, even though I've powered it off. Yeah.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Yep, another ballistic. Just plenty of anti-aircraft opportunity. I don't know how effective ballistics would be against, you know, capital ships or anything like that, but Oh no, if you do that, it just turns on the ship's power. So no, it can't draw power from the ship. And we already seen what it looks like on the lower decks in ambient mode, so it was really just like the upper decks. But that's smart. It makes sense that the ship's power will cut on to use any of the weapon systems, because that could be exploited, you know, especially in like a PvP situation. But the problem is, if I power the ship on,
Aegis combat assist.
I still have to manually do it just to get shields to come on. So it's weird. It's like you generate enough power to be, you know, seen, but not enough to like throw up your shields, which could be very dangerous. Alright, so let's shoot for a more temperate region here. We can actually head for this, we don't want to go way out to Ark. Let's go to, I keep hitting shift, that's why you guys keep, there you know. Alright, where is it? Yep, there we go, OM5. We're locked.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Alright, so yeah, it's always like laggy and buggy like that when you have, you know, any kind of quantum drive activity, but 2000s, these are all on the other side of the planet. Because this one is closer, isn't it? Yeah, it's like 1060. So I wonder if we can just do a random jump. But it usually needs like a target, so I don't know. Yeah, you have to calculate the destination. It doesn't just let you do it. So there's a data center over there, which probably takes us on the other side of the planet. And Necropolis is on the other side of the planet, so that's too far. Looking for something in the hundreds. Okay, this might be fine.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Alright, let's go. Oh, you can feel it. Big boy. We're gonna go full burn. Dropping because we're in that mode. So this would be a nice place to like bring a land vehicle, I think. Alright, about 2,000 meters, counting. Drop landing gear. Turn on cruise control. So yeah, like, why am I doing it this way? Killing two birds with one stone. Seeing a lot of micro attack, while at the same time. There we go, landing complete. Checking fuel. Wow, this thing is very fuel efficient. You guys know other cloud or ships I've flown. Those things drink fuel super fast, but they drink fuel. This one isn't the quickest ship in the book, but it can go longer distances. So yeah, it's, you know, it's a classic military ship. Definitely has some special forces application. All right, here we are. Beautiful tundra of micro attack. And there's our ship. I think I can get a thumbnail actually for the review. Yeah, let's do a photo of me facing the camera. But yeah. So that's it. That's the Reclaimer review. At this point, it's a matter of flying back to New Babbage, parking it. But I don't think there's really much more I need to show you. I don't think there's really much more that you need to see. So if you've seen enough, oh wow, look at that. I guess we got a little too aggressive on the re-entry. Kind of knocked some of the food there loose. There was a point where the ship just started really shaking violently, going into Atmo, and you know, we felt it, but it's normal. So let's hold this point. We want to slow our acceleration as much as possible. Well, let's see if we can like close. Where's the engine? Power. Should be able to close the exterior from inside the cockpit usually. But yeah, I didn't really have much of a problem this time because I brought my flight suit, so. Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait, maybe this is it. No, that's not. That's proximity flight assist. It doesn't have a switch, which is shocking. That is shocking. Wow. That's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, this is a military ship, and it doesn't have the ability, or it doesn't give the pilot the ability to open and close the exterior. Like, yeah, I was about to like get really negative about that. I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a really negative review now. Just kill the entire experience. Just say this ship is trash. Do not buy it unless it Aegis fix it. But yeah, this is it. This is the Reclaimer. and I think this is a nice complement to its other ship lines. I mean, from what I've seen, you can build a fleet with Aegis ships alone. And then the Anvil Carrack, right? Or no, because the Hammerhead is the Aegis's competition. It's Aegis's competition for the Carrack. You know, Hammerhead's a great ship in its own right. You know, it's a giant boat. It's bristling with weaponry. You can fit a ton of people on it, and it's a military craft through and through. You know, the Carrack is an exploration ship with military application. You know, it's even got like the extra launch bay for scout ships and things like that. Whereas the Hammerhead is just a bread and butter military vessel, from where it's designed to where everything's located. So yeah, I mean, you can build a fleet with Aegis ships, and you know CIG was working on a Battlefield style game mode. We haven't heard anything about that. It's all been, you know, server meshing and things like that. But you know, we'll see. It'd be nice if we could get that, but I would rather them just fix like the game, you know, like the jankiness and the animations we've been seeing for like 2 years, and you know, no real progress on that. But at least, you know, the real reason you buy this game is to do what I'm doing right now, to fly ships, to take in the beautiful environments. But there's a lot that this game still needs to do, to compare with other games in the genre like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky, which No Man's Sky completely went from zero to hero. So, you know, big ups to them. Hello Games. But yeah, we'll see what the future has in store for us. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this review up. Take care.